The instrumentation amplifier. Requirements of instrumentation amplifier: finite, accurate and stable gain, easier gain adjustment, high input impedance, low output impedance, high CMRR, low power consumption, low thermal and time drifts, high slew rate. Circuit diagram and analysis of instrumentation amplifier. Here this one, it is the circuit diagram of the instrumentation amplifiers A1, A2 and A3. These are the resistances which are present here. A1 and A2 are the non-inverting amplifiers. A3 is a difference amplifier. The outputs of non-inverting amplifiers are the inputs to the difference amplifiers. If VO1 and VO2 are the outputs of A1 and A2, then output voltage is equal to R2 upon R1 into bracket of VO2 minus VO1. From the concept of virtual ground, VA is equal to VB is equal to VG is equal to V1, and VD is equal to VC is equal to VH is equal to V2. That is here this is VA, this is VB, this is VC, this is VD, VE, VG, VH and VF. Here the VA is equal to VB is equal to VG is equal to V1, VD is equal to VC is equal to VH is equal to V2. Input impedance of op-amp is high, so input current is equal to 0. Current flowing through RF1, RF2 and RG is I is equal to V1 minus V2 upon RF1 plus RG plus RF2. Current flowing through resistance RG is the I is equal to V1 minus V2 upon RG. Same current flows through RF1, RG and the RF2. Equations 1st and 2nd are equal. VO1 minus VO2 upon RF1 plus RG plus RF2 is equal to V1 minus V2 upon RG. The magnitude of two resistances RF1 and RF2 are equal at VO1 minus VO2 upon 2RF plus RG V1 minus V2 upon RG. RF1 is equal to RF2 is equal to RF, so that VO2 minus VO1 upon 2RF plus RG is equal to V2 minus V1 upon RG. 2 minus VO1 is equal to 2RF plus RG upon V2 minus V1. 2 minus V1 is equal to 1 plus 2RF upon RG V2 minus V1. Output voltage is equal to R2 upon R1 into bracket of 2 minus VO1. Output voltage is equal to R2 upon R1 into bracket of 1 plus 2RF upon RG V2 minus V1. The gain of instrumentation amplifier is the A is equal to output upon V2 minus V1 is equal to R2 upon R1 into bracket of 1 plus 2RF upon RG. The gain is varied by using RG. The gain is varied by using RG as a variable resistance. The precision rectifiers. The conventional rectifiers using diodes are having disadvantage. The output voltage is equal to 0 for the input voltages below the cut-in voltage V gamma. So that output voltage is equal to input minus V gamma for input voltage greater than V gamma, and output voltage is equal to 0 for input voltage less than the V gamma. That results in distortion at the output. Precision rectification is achieved by using op-amp. Small magnitude of input voltage in the range of millivolt be rectified by using precision rectifiers. Types of rectifiers: precision half-wave rectifiers, precision full-wave rectifiers. Precision half-wave rectifier is here. It is the diodes instances VN, VP. During the first half cycle of the AC input voltage, input greater than 0, the open loop gain of the amplifier is high. The output voltage of the op-amp is high enough to drive the diode, and diode is forward biased. The circuit operates as a voltage follower, so that the VP is equal to Vn, VO is equal to Vn, entire positive half cycle is appears across the load. During the negative half cycle of the AC input voltage less than 0, so that the output voltage of the op-amp and the output voltage of the op-amp gets saturated at minus V saturation. Diode is reverse biased and is open circuited so that the open circuited, no feedback for the output to input, so that and current is equal to 0 and load current is equal to 0, so that the output voltage is equal to 0, so that here the waveforms of the that is a positive, that is the clippers, positive the waveforms of the clipping circuits, that is half wave precision half wave rectifiers. This one, it is the equivalent circuit diagram during the negative half cycles. Precision full wave rectifiers consist of the two op amps, two diodes D1 and D2. Okay. During the positive half cycle of the AC input voltage greater than 0, the output voltage of the op amp, A1 is inverted. The output voltage of A1 is inverted, so the diode D1 is the forward biased and diode D2 is reverse biased. D1 is short circuited and D2 is open circuited. The circuit is reduced to here in this forms. That is the output of A2 is equal to output voltage minus R upon R bracket of VO. So that VO1 is equal to minus R upon R VI. So that minus VI output voltage is equal to minus VO1 is equal to VI, because here this one it is here to here it is the inverting amplifiers, and here to here it is also inverting amplifiers. A1 and A2 both operates as the inverting amplifiers, because both A1 and A2 operates as the inverting amplifiers. During the negative half cycle of the AC input voltage less than 0, the output voltage of A1 is inverted, D1 is reverse biased and D2 is forward biased. The output voltage of A1 is inverted. During negative half cycle of the AC input voltage, the output voltage of A1 is inverted. D1 is reverse biased and D2 is forward biased. D1 is open circuited and D2 is short circuited, so that the output voltage of op-amp A1 is V. But applying KCL at node A, so that VI upon R plus V upon 2R plus V upon R is equal to 0. VI upon R is equal to minus V into bracket of 3 upon 2R, so that VI is equal to minus 3 upon 2 into V, so that V is equal to 2 minus 2 upon 3 into VI. So that to determine the output voltage, the equivalent circuit of A2 is output voltage is equal to 1 plus R upon 2R into bracket of V. Output voltage is equal to 3 upon 2 into bracket of 3 upon 2 into minus 2 upon 3 into VI. So that output voltage is equal to minus VI. That the output voltage is positive since during the negative half cycle input less than 0. For the instrumentation amplifier, as shown in the figure, determine the value of RC. The gain required is 100. So here it is the instrumentation of amplifiers, and here these are the resistances RF1, RF2, and these are the resistances that is 100 kilo ohms resistances, A1, A2 and A3. These are the op amps. Output voltage is equal to R2 upon R1 into bracket of 1 plus 2 RF upon RG is equal to V2 minus V1. So that gain is equal to output voltage upon V2 minus V1 R1 into bracket of 1 plus 2 Rf upon Rg. Here all the resistances are given. Rf is equal to 470 kilo ohms, and here R2, R1 are all 100 kilo ohms. So that gain is given is 100. From that the Rg is equal to 9.49 kilo ohms. The circuit shown in the figure is an instrumentation amplifier. Determine the range over which its gain can be varied if the potentiometer is varied over its entire range. Here the instrumentation amplifier is given, that is here the op-amps A1, A2 and here A3. So that Rg is equal to 100 ohm and plus 100 kilo ohm pot. And potentiometer is at minimum value. Rg is equal to 100 ohm, so that A is equal to R2 upon R1 into bracket of 1 plus 2 Rf upon Rg. A is equal to 100 upon the 100 upon the 200. R1, these are R1, and here this it is the R2, so that 100 upon 200, 1 plus 2 Rf. Rf is 100 kilo ohms, and here it is Rg, it is 100 ohms, so that 1000.5, so that the gain it is 1000.5, and potentiometer is at maximum value. Rg is equal to 100 plus 100 into 10 raised to 3, because a 10 kilo ohm pot is used, so that 100.1 into 10 raised to 3. A is equal to 100 upon 200, 1 plus 2 into 100 into 10 raised to 3, 100.1 into 10 raised to 3, 2.998. A is equal to 1.5. The gain of the amplifier can be varied from 1.5 to 1000.5 if the potentiometer is varied over its entire range. The log amplifiers. In log amplifiers, the output voltage is proportional to the logarithm of the input voltage. So that here this one is log amplifiers. A diode is connected in the feedback path from output to the input. From output to the input, voltage VB is input. Voltage VB is at ground potential. That is VB is equal to 0 volts. And due to virtual ground, VB is equal to VA is equal to 0 volts. Current I through the resistance R is I is equal to VI minus VA upon R is equal to VI upon R. The forward current of the diode is IF is equal to I naught e raised to V upon eta Vt. Vt is volt equivalent of temperatures. I naught it is saturation current of the diodes. V is voltage across the diodes. Applying KVL for the feedback path from output to the input, VA minus V minus VO is equal to 0. Minus V minus VO is equal to 0. V is equal to minus V naught. So that from equation 2, the V is equal to neta Vt log of IF upon I naught to the base E. Output voltage is equal to minus neta Vt log of IF upon I naught to the base E. So that since the input current of op amp is equal to 0, I is equal to IF is equal to VI upon R. Output voltage is equal to minus neta Vt log of Vi upon I naught R to the base G. I naught R is equal to reference voltage. Output voltage is equal to minus neta Vt log of Vi reference. So that output voltage is proportional to the logarithm of to the base E of the input voltage. This the anti-log amplifiers. In anti-log amplifiers, the output voltage is proportional to the anti-log of the input voltage or exponential of the input voltage. So that input voltage is connected to the inverting terminal through the diode. Input voltage is connected to the inverting terminal through the diode D. Resistance R is connected in the feedback. Resistance R is connected in the feedback path. So that resistance R is connected in the feedback path. So that here the path from the output to the feedback path from the output to the inputs. But here in the log amplifiers, the resistance is connected. Diode is connected in the feedback path. Diode is connected in the feedback path, but in the anti-log amplifiers, the resistance is connected in the feedback paths. So that VB is at a ground potential. VB is equal to 0. So VA is equal to VB is equal to 0 due to virtual ground. The forward current of the diode is IF is equal to I naught e raised to input voltage upon eta Vt. The current I through resistance R is I is equal to VA minus VO upon R is equal to minus VO upon R, since input current of op amp is equal to 0, equal to IF, so that minus VO upon R is equal to I naught e raised to V input upon eta VT. Voltage minus I naught R e raised to input upon eta VT. Output voltage is equal to minus V reference e raised to input upon eta VT. Output voltage is proportional to the exponential of the input voltage or antilog of the input voltage. Output voltage is proportional to the exponential of the input voltage or antilog of the input voltage. So that here the analog voltage multipliers log A1, log amplifier A1, log amplifier A2, and the antilog amplifier here the A3, and here it is A4. So that VO1, VO2, and here it is VO3, and here output voltage. The E1, E2 are the log amplifiers, A3 is the non-inverting summing amplifiers, and A4 is anti-log amplifiers. V1 and V2 are the outputs of the log amplifiers A1 and A2 is equal to K1 log of K2 log of K2 V1, V2 is equal to K1 log of K2 V2, so V3 is equal to plus V2, V3 is equal to K1 log of K2 square V1, here K1 minus negative K2 is equal to 1 upon V reference. Output voltage of anti-log amplifiers is to log of VO3 upon K1 to raised to minus 1 upon K2 log of K2 here is equal to output voltage is equal to 1 upon K2 into K2 square V1 V2 K2 V1 V2. So that output voltage is proportional to the product of the two input voltages V1 and V2. Analog voltage divider. Here it is the A1 amplifier, here A2, and here A3, and here anti-log. The anti-log amplifiers, here the basic difference between these two. Here this is analog voltage multipliers, and here this one it is the analog voltage divider. This is that operates as that op amp. Here the op amp A3 it operates as the subtractor, but here the op amp A3 it operates as the summing amplifier. Okay, A1 and A2 are the log amplifiers, A3 is a difference amplifier or a subtractor, A4 is the anti-log amplifiers. V1 and V2 are the input voltages to log amplifiers A1 and A2. V1, V2 are the output voltages of the log amplifiers A1 and A2. Equal to K1 log of K2 V1. V2 is equal to K1 log of K2 V2. So that the here is equal to minus negative K2 is equal to 1 upon V reference. Since A3 is a subtractor, VO3 is equal to VO2 minus VO1. VO3 is equal to K1 log of K2 V2 minus K1 log of the K2 V1, so that VO3 is equal to K1 log of V2 upon V1 to the base E. A4 is an anti-log amplifier, so that output voltage is equal to 1 upon K2 log of upon K1 raised to minus 1, so that output voltage 1 upon K2 log of the K1 V2 by V1 to raised to minus 1, or output voltage 1 upon K2 into V2 upon V1. Output voltage is proportional to the division of the two input voltages V1 and V2. Op amp feedback limiters using diodes. The circuits which clip off the portion of the circuits which clip off the portion of the input voltage which is above or below certain levels is known as clipping circuits or the limiters. Since these circuits clip peak of the input voltage, these circuits are also known as the peak limiters. Here, when the output voltage is plus or minus Vz plus Vf plus, and the output voltage is plus or minus Vz plus Vf, one of the Zener diode is forward biased, and other Zener diode is output voltage is, when the output voltage is plus or minus Vz plus Vf, one of the Zener diode is forward biased and other Zener diode is reverse biased. Voltage across forward biased diode is Vf, voltage across reverse biased diode is Vz. Initially, the op amp operates as an inverting amplifier with a gain of minus R2 upon R1. During first half cycle of the AC input voltage, output voltage is inverted. Output voltage inverted due to is forward biased. The due to is forward biased, D1 is reverse biased. Output voltage of is limited to minus into bracket of Vz plus Vf. During negative half cycle of the AC input voltage, the output voltage inverted. Output voltage is inverted due to is reverse biased and D1 is forward biased. Output voltage it is limited to plus into bracket of Vz plus Vf. Plus Vz plus Vf. The portions of the input voltage above plus or minus Vz plus Vf is flipped off at the outputs. So that here the since one of the diode is forward biased and another one it is reverse biased, the voltage across forward biased diode is Vf. The voltage across reverse biased diode is Vz. So that here the Vz plus Vf will be getting the portion which is above Vz plus Vf and the portion which is below minus Vz plus Vf is clipped off at the output. Peak detectors. The AC voltmeters measure the RMS value of the sinusoidal input voltage. For the measurement of peak values of the non-sinusoidal waveforms like square wave, triangular wave and random waveforms, peak detectors are used. Peak detectors are the circuits which measure the peak value of the input voltage for infinite interval of time until the input is reset. The circuit diagram of peak detectors. The circuit diagram of peak detectors is as shown in the figures here. The circuit is a positive peak detector. During the first half cycle of the AC input voltage. The diode is forward biased. Capacitor CH charges to the peak value of the input voltage. Capacitor CH, that is holding capacitor, charges to the peak value of the input voltage. Op-amp is connected as a voltage follower circuit. The voltage at the op-amp is connected as a voltage follower circuit. The voltage at the non-inverting terminal is the voltage across the capacitors. The output voltage is equal to the peak value of the input voltage. If higher peak occurs at the input, capacitor charges to the new peak value of the input voltage. Capacitor charges to the peak value when the MOSFET switch is closed. Capacitor charges to the peak value when MOSFET is closed. Capacitor discharges when MOSFET is open. Sample and hold circuits. These circuits are used in analog to digital converters, ADCs, to reduce the errors in the converters. Sampling time is the interval extends from the 1 microseconds to 10 microseconds during which analog input signal is sampled. Depending upon the sampling command, sampled signal is held for a time interval from 1 millisecond to few seconds until the next command is applied. So that the circuit diagram of here A1, A2 in the sampling time interval. In the sampling time interval, JFET switch is turned on by applying a sampling command. The holding capacitor charges to the level of the analog input voltage. At the end of the sampling time, JFET switch is turned off. Input voltage is disconnected from the holding capacitors. The output voltage is equal to the voltage across the holding capacitors, which is essentially constant that is equal to the level of the analog input voltage. The analog input signals, here sample input signals and holding signals. Offset voltages and currents of the op-amp. The input offset voltage is the difference between the two voltages that must be applied at the input terminals of the op-amp to make the output voltage equal to 0 is known as the input offset voltage. VIOS is equal to VDC1 minus VDC2. For an ideal op-amp, VIOS it is equal to 0 volts. Input offset current, the algebraic difference between the two currents flowing into the algebraic difference between the two currents flowing into the input terminals of the op-amp is known as the input offset current. That is the IOS is IB1 minus IB2. For an ideal op-amp, IOS is equal to 0. For a practical MU-A741 op-amp, IOS is equal to 200 nano amperes. It is the algebraic difference between the two currents flowing into the input terminals of the op-amp. The input bias current IB, the average of the two currents flowing into the input terminals of the op-amp is known as the input bias current IB. IB is equal to IB1 plus IB2 upon 2. For an ideal op-amp, IB is equal to 0. For MU-A741 practical op-amp, input bias current is equal to 500 nano amperes. Output offset voltage, the voltage at the output terminals of the op-amp and two input terminals of the op-amp are at ground potentials. For an ideal op-amp, output offset voltage is equal to 0. The voltage at the output terminals of the op-amp and the two input terminals of the op-amp are at ground potential. For an ideal op-amp, output offset voltage is equal to 0. The adder and subtractors. Here, this circuit it operates both as adder and the subtractors V1, V2, V3 and V4. Using superposition theorem to determine the VO1 due to V1 connected to input and the other voltage V2, V3, V4 is equal to 0. Similarly, VO2, VO3 and VO4, when V2, V3 and V4 are connected to the input are determined. Then output voltage is equal to VO1 plus VO2 plus VO3 plus VO4. When V1 alone connected to input, so that here this one it is V1 and these are connected to grounds. Then here it is V1 by 2, here it is R by 2, here it is R by 3. That circuit it is reduced to this form. The circuit reduced to an inverting amplifier. According to voltage divider rule, output voltage is equal to VA is equal to V1 upon R plus R into R is equal to V1 upon 2. Equivalent resistance is equal to R parallel R is equal to R square upon 2 R is equal to R upon 2. Output voltage is equal to minus R upon 2 into V1 upon 2. Output voltage is equal to minus V1. Similarly, VO2 is equal to minus V2. So that now V3 alone is connected to input at the non-inverting terminals. Now similarly, now V3 alone is connected to input at the non-inverting terminal. Then circuit reduced to here it is circuits and here V3 alone it is connected. So that now V1 and V2 are also grounded and here V4 is grounded. Now it is reduced to these forms. Now the circuit reduced to a non-inverting amplifiers. According to the voltage divider rule, VV is equal to V3 into R upon 2 upon R plus R. V3 into R upon 2 is into 2 upon 3R is equal to VB is equal to V3 upon 3. V3 is equal to 1 plus R upon R by 2 into VB. 1 plus 2 into V3 upon 3 is equal to V3. Similarly, VO4 is equal to V4. Then total output voltage is VO1 plus VO2 plus VO3 plus VO4. Output voltage minus V1 minus V2 plus V3 plus V4. So that output voltage is equal to V3 plus V4 minus into bracket of V1 plus V2. V3, V4 are the voltages applied at the non-inverting terminals. V1, V2 are the voltages applied at the inverting terminals.